Boom. It's recording. It's recording right now. Next practice, Wednesday, June 28th. We'll go from 5 to 7 at Pacific University. 5 to 7 at Pacific University. That will be the next practice. So if you can make that, try to be there. If you can't, let me know. As always, I know it's tough. Some of you guys are coming from far away. Some guys from Coos Bay, Hermiston, Roseburg. Just make sure you're doing the best you can to communicate with me, to let me know, and I'll pass it on and communicate with the coaches as well. Along that lines, when we do meet as a team, we only have a couple Zoom calls because the season's not very long, but I will expect you guys to have something to write with and be ready to take notes when you're on the call and be on with your name on the screen. Little things, little attention to detail type things, but we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to stay on the same page. So we will have a Zoom call next Sunday as well, which will be at 3 o'clock Pacific time. So this time in 7 days, we'll be right back here on the Zoom call. And then that Monday, July 3rd, we will have a practice, and that will be at the high school in Forest Grove from 5 to 7, same time as the practice at Pacific. The next day is America's birthday. Celebrate America, go do a barbecue, picnic, get on the water, do something outside on July 4th, Freedom Day, Independence Day. And then the 5th, we're going to have another practice at Forest Grove High School from 5 to 7. Some of you guys might be leaving a little bit early to head to Reno. So make sure you're communicating with us if you can't make that practice. And then Thursday, July 6th, we will have, that's when most of us are traveling down to Reno. And that evening, there's an open run at the Boys and Girls Club. High school teams come and they play shortened games. And if you win, you move up a court. If you lose, you move down a court. So it's going to be kind of like an open gym, just a chance for us, first time playing together, get a chance to run. And then that Friday night will be an Incline Village, which is in Lake Tahoe. Each team will play a game that night, or actually that day. It'll be 1 noon, 2 and 4, I believe, no. I need to double check on that, so don't quote me on this, but they will be in the afternoon on Friday, July 7th. So that way we have some time in the evening to do some team activities. And then July 8th and July 9th, Saturday and Sunday, we'll play 4 games. It's a tournament. So we'll get to compete and then we'll fly home Sunday night. So the games will be Sunday morning. So if you're looking to book flights, get on that ASAP. And the coaches are on 8 a.m. flight down on Thursday, July 6th, and I think it's a 6:30 p.m. flight back Sunday night. So if you can, try to be on one of those flights. If not, I know some of us are driving down because you're closer, so it's going to be easier to drive, so then you don't have to rent a car and all that. But that's the plan for us. We'll take Monday the 10th off, which is my 8-year anniversary, July 10th. Don't feel like you have to get me or my wife anything. Just wanted to throw that out there. But if you want to, Asher, you could get us something if you want, but just throwing it out there. July 11th, we're going to go to Shoot 360 as a team or as a program. We're going to go to the Shoot 360 in Beaverton from 7:30 to 9 in Beaverton, get some shots up, do some ball handling stuff. They want to show off their facility. And so that's what we're doing July 11th. Then July 13th, Thursday, we're back at the Middleton Jewish Community Center from 5 to 6:30, which is where we were last week. That weekend, July 15th and July 16th, we're in Auburn, Washington, which Auburn is near Seattle, and that's the James Johnson Memorial Classic. So that's the James Johnson Memorial Classic in Auburn. July 18th, we'll have a practice. July 20th, Thursday, we'll have a practice. And then we'll finish up that last weekend, July 22nd and 23rd in Portland with a tournament. And then we'll have that next weekend off. And then the following weekend, Friday, is an elite camp at Pacific University, followed by a Max Hoops elite basketball school at Clackamas Community College that Saturday and Sunday. And those are all included. So if you have registered, you have already paid for that elite camp and the elite basketball school that is included in the summer fee. And then that's going to be a wrap. So that'll be a wrap of the summer session. Summer season will end on August 6th. We will look to do a fall team most likely, probably just one, maybe two teams. I know a lot of you guys have stuff going in the fall, but that's when the season will wrap up. So is there anybody that has any questions? Does anybody want to unmute and ask any questions? We do have a message in the chat, it looks like. What is the name of the tournament in Reno? The name of the tournament in Reno, it's actually in Virginia City. And it is, let's see if he told me the name. It is through the Virginia City High School coach. And I'm not seeing a name of it, but it is in Virginia City Summer Classic. And we have booked rooms at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno. Virginia City, there's not much happening there. So Reno, at the Grand Sierra, there's a driving range where you hit the golf balls out into this big lake. There's an arcade, there's a bowling alley, there's a movie theater, and we'll spend some time there with you guys just being able to hang out with the other players. And then we will do some team building activities the Friday night after we play Incline Villages high school teams. So that's kind of the schedule. Good question though. Is there any other questions? Anything else that you guys want to ask before? Peyton, you got something?
Is there like a email or like something that we can see the schedule on?
Yeah, I'm gonna text that out. There's still a few people that still need to get registered. And I know your dad was trying to get you registered earlier today, Peyton, and had a little bit of trouble. So we will have an email thread that I send out some communication to, but I just sent that to you, Peyton. So if there is anybody else that doesn't have that schedule, let me know and I can send it out to you. I think I text you, Rue, today. So now you have my information. I think everybody else I know, let's see, and there's some people that are not on camera, but so I just text that to you, Peyton. So now you should have it on your phone. And that has the times. There still is July 18th. Looks like it'll be back at the Middleton Jewish Community Center, but it still says TBA on the schedule. Everything else has times there. All right. It is a nice sunny day here in Tigard, Oregon, where I'm currently out here in my beautiful backyard. But hopefully you guys have something that you guys can get outside and do today. If it's not too hot over there in Hermiston, Eastern Oregon. But let's see. All right. Lex, do you have anything you want to say? Anything for the good of the team, for the squad? Is there anything you want to add in here? What's the sweatshirt you're rocking today? What's that one?
Oh, it's a head to toe sweatshirt that I stole from my parents, but
You've never done Hood to Coast?
no, I am supposed to do a half marathon on the 4th of July though, so
Are you gonna
that'll
do
be
it?
fun. What's that?
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah,
Okay, you
should be
said
good.
like I'm supposed to. It didn't sound like you were convinced. Like that's not something you just like show up and run a half a marathon. You got to condition. Well,
I've
you're in
been
good shape.
training. I've been training for it. We'll be good.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, but I think you got it all. Um, yeah, and it'll be fun to practice at Pacific.
It will be fun to get in a college gym and work with you guys for sure. Coach Lunt will be there. Coach Willis. I know some of you guys, Roseburg guys, have team camp over, I think, in Bend, so they won't be there. But hopefully, if you can make it, do everything you can to get there. But Asher, I appreciate the communication, so I understand. And as always, I support you guys being with your high school teams. So I don't expect you to miss your high school stuff for grit practices, but I do expect you to communicate if you are going to be missing. And obviously everybody has my number and you've been communicated with me. So just make sure you're doing your best to communicate. All right, you guys. Let's do one more trivia question. One more, because I already got something for Rue and for Gavin. This one we'll type in the chat. Let me pull up something here. Okay, so this will be the closest without going over. So you cannot go over. You guys might not have, was that The Price is Right? Hopefully you guys have heard of The Price is Right. Maybe you've heard of Bob Barker, who was the original host, not Drew Carey. So you cannot go over. It's the closest to the right answer without going over. Okay. How many points did Caitlin Clark score this past season? How many points did Caitlin Clark score this past season for Iowa? 10, 9, 8, 7. Go ahead, drop it in the chat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to put okay, and then that's the last answer that will be accepted. Nothing after this okay is accepted. She scored 1,055 points. So it looks like Rue, let's go. Rue's pumped with 999. That is the closest. Her freshman year, she scored 799. Sophomore year, she scored 863. And then this season, she scored 1,055. Rue's just cleaning up today. Mr. Olson is just raking in the gear. Maybe an autographed sports cards. I collect basketball cards, so maybe we'll find Peyton Pritchard autograph or something that I got sitting around that would be pretty cool. But Caitlin Clark scored 1,055 points. All-American. Bucket getter. All right, you guys, we will meet on Wednesday night. So if you have any questions, like I've said a lot, I don't want people to be confused. And I know there's sometimes some of the previous schedules that I sent out might not have had a time on them. So never hesitate to reach out. But I do appreciate the ask 3, then ask me. If you guys don't know what that means, if you have a question, ask a buddy. If he doesn't know, ask another buddy on the team. If he doesn't know, ask a third buddy. If they don't know, then ask me. But I try to do the best I can to communicate, but sometimes I do probably miss things or things slip through. And if there's 3 buddies of yours on the team and nobody knows the answer, I would go to Asher and say, hey, Asher, what time's practice on Wednesday? Or, hey, Rue, did you catch where we're supposed to be at this time? And if they don't know, then you can come talk to me. But I appreciate if you can Google something, Google it. That's a good lesson. If you have teachers, don't bug your teachers with questions that you can Google, right? Like Google is a very useful tool. What time is it right now in Sydney, Australia? You can Google it, right? So use your resources. Google is a good, powerful tool. Chat GPT, kind of a crazy technology. I know a little bit about AI. Not as much as probably you guys do, but mind blown the stuff that thing can do. Artificial intelligence is real. All right, you guys, have a great afternoon, and I hope to see all of you on Wednesday. If I can't see you Wednesday, hopefully I will see you next Sunday on the Zoom call. And if not, see you in Reno. And if not, we'll see you in Portland. All right.